Good day everyone. In this CBT, we will cover how the PME cell will approve the RPPIII document and how the final project evaluation done by evaluation committee will be captured in the system. Now, when the RPPIII document is submitted for approval by the PI, it goes through a particular hierarchy that would be dependent on your institute and your division. So when it reaches the PME cell will not only approve this RPPIII document, it will also capture the final project evaluation that is done by evaluation committee. So the marks and the rating given in the final project evaluation, the PME cell will capture this evaluation in the system, store this ratings in the system, and along with that approve the document. So now we will see how to do this in the system. Currently I am in the login of the PME cell. You can see that a document has come to me for approval. An RPPIII document is there and it has been sent by Dr. Om Khanduri, who is the PA of this project. So now I will open this notification by clicking on it. Here I can see the basic details such as what is the document number, what is the project title, the objectives and objective wise activity details along with targets, percentage to be carried out, scientist responsible, etc. I can also see the budgetary information if it is applicable and the team member name and team member role. If I wish to see a more comprehensive RPPIII information, I can run the report from the system. But here, before actually approving this document, the PME cell has to capture the ratings. So for that, click on View Project Form. You can see after we click on View Project Form, the form opens and a note comes which says that you cannot modify this document at this time. This is because currently the approval workflow is active. As long as it is active, you cannot make any modifications or update this document. So currently, as it is pending with the PME cell for approval, no one, not even the PME cell, can make any modifications to the document. If I click on OK, you can see over here, this is the document for which we had opened the notification. So now the PME cell has to do three things. Firstly, we will temporarily halt this approval process so that the document becomes updatable. After halting the approval process, we will capture the final project evaluation and then we will reinitiate the approval process. So for the first step, click on Project Team Info Doc Approval tab. This note is for the PI. Click on OK. Here you can see that there is a stop button. So I will now click on it so that the approval process is temporarily halted. You can see that the process has been stopped. Click on OK. This note is for the PI. Click on OK. Now go to Rating Checklist tab. Here you can see that the PI has already captured his project evaluation and RPPIII checklist. So the PME cell will click on a new line. Then he would click on this LOV button. A new form will open. Scroll to the right and again click on this button. You can see the first item is Final Project Evaluation by Evaluation Committee. So I will select this and click on OK. Here I will capture the rating given on the basis of these parameters by the evaluation committee. In brackets we have written the maximum marks that can be awarded. So the first parameter you can award anywhere between 0 to 35. And I can also award marks up till 1 decimal place. So I will give 32.8 for example in this case, 8.7 over here. Like this I will enter all the other information. You can see there is another parameter which is for marks deducted for timeliness of the execution of project. Here you have to award marks from 0 to -5. So let us say that this project was delayed. So I award -1 over here. I scroll down. These two are more items which are not part of the final project evaluation by evaluation committee. Now what happens is that during RPP3, the PME cell also decides whether a new document by the name of RPP4 has to be created for this project or not. For some projects, this RPP4 document might be applicable, and the PME cell will select yes over here. Although for many projects, this RPP4 document might not be applicable. So in that case, no value would be selected. So I can click on this button. You can see there are two values, no or yes. In our example, let us assume that yes, RP4 document also has to be created for this project. So I will select yes and click on OK. If yes, then by what date? Now this is just to inform the PI that you have to create this document by this particular date. So in our case, let us say by 1st of January 2014, I have to create this. So I will the PME will enter this and click on OK. It can save this document now by clicking on the save button. Now only one step remains, and that is to provide its approval. For that, go back to project team info doc approval tab. This notice for the PI, click on OK. Now as soon as the PME clicks on forward button, it basically serves two purposes. Firstly, the approval process which was halted, it gets reinitiated by clicking on this button, and this document will then be forwarded to the person who is next in line for the authority. So for example, in the approval hierarchy for this document, after PME cell, let us assume that this document has to go to the director of the institute for approval. So when I click on forward button, it will not remain pending with the PME cell, and a notification would be sent to the director that it is now pending with him for approval. Secondly, as soon as I click on this forward button, my approval is also recorded. So at what time I click on this forward button, it would mean that at this time the PME cell has approved this document, and even in RPP3 report output, this timestamp would come. So click on forward button. You can see that the approval process has now been started. Click on OK. And again, as now the process has been reinitiated, I cannot modify this document at this time. Click on OK. I may now exit this window. OK. Now this notification is irrelevant because approval has already been given by clicking on the forward button. So I can go to the home screen. Here you can see that this notification is coming that this particular document has now been forwarded to the director for approval. So we have successfully captured the final project evaluation done by the evaluation committee, and have also successfully provided our approval for this RPP3 document. And with this, the CBT comes to an end. Thank you and have a good day.